I'm going to make David co-host, so if I go to the bathroom, he'll be available. But we're recording, so go ahead.
Okay. Is anybody new here today?
Not that I noticed.
All right. Well, I think I saw Angie and stuff on Tuesday night. Anu, were you there in that afternoon meeting? All right. Well, I'm going to read a little of that same thing. Yeah. So this is like my once yearly thing on the Course in Miracles. Page 468 of this edition. Yeah. So the first sentence, can you hear me? It's all right?
Yeah, very good.
The first sentence, yet we have heard a very similar description earlier, but it was not of you. So basically it was a description of what we're not. Yes? This is why I like this paragraph, these two paragraphs, because it has that direction of negation and it doesn't vary. It just keeps pointing at what we're not and describing it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So yet we have heard a very similar description earlier, but it was not of you. But still this strange idea, which it does accurately describe, you think is you. This is the point of repetition in satsang, really. Yeah, the point of it is very similar description right now as 20 years, as 12 years ago, as 2 months ago, as 5 months ago, describing what we're not, because what we're not is describable. It's an activity and it's not, doesn't have a finite level of traits and mutations. Yeah. It's mechanical. It's not AI. It's not artificial intelligence. It isn't growing into a great, wisdom. It just basically does the same thing, but we don't see it because we start from the idea that we're looking from it. Yeah. So basically we arrive at something it promoted, and when we arrive there we think that's where we start. Yeah. We don't catch the arriving part, which is the selfing. We usually start at the self part, which is the product of the selfing. Yeah. So here he goes. Yet we have heard a very similar description earlier, but it was not of you. But still, this strange idea. What is that strange idea? Well, let's say Ramana says there's a presupposing of a non-existent thing. What's it being presupposed? It's presupposed as an existent thing. That would be called a strange idea, yes? A non-existent thing being supposed to be an existent thing. That's a strange idea, yeah? And it's really strange. It hits you if you have the fortune or misfortune to see someone you know in a casket and you realize you were referring to that person or that event as the body, and now the body was there without the event. Yeah. And it was obvious sooner or later that, wait a minute, Uncle Fred or whatever that was not this body, because the body is completely there, but Fred ain't. Yeah. So if Fred was the body, he'd still be on the premises, so to speak. But now the body's there, but there ain't any Fred. Yeah. So maybe there was never a Fred as the body. Yeah. I don't know. It seems like that would be the curious next step. Yeah. So this strange idea, which it does accurately describe, you think is you. Yeah, that's how we arrive there, is through thinking. Yeah. We can't get there any other way. Reason would tell you, so we said this the other night, I am not obviously an expert in the Course in Miracles, but I know by scanning it over the years, they use this word reason to me to imply what we would call wisdom in a sense. Yeah. So reason would tell you that the world you see through eyes that are not yours must make no sense to you. Yeah. Why is something that can be described so clearly not clear? Yeah. That which is producing an incredible cloudy condition that we think is solid, long lasting, and independent. Yeah. But it's very, you can see it clearly. Yeah. Reason would tell you that the world you see through eyes that are not yours. So what is he implying there? These eyes aren't yours. Yeah. These aren't Paul's eyes. Just like the voice that I hear in the head sounds like the vocal cords that make this sound, and I call it Paul's voice. That's a huge leap, isn't it? It's coming from vocal cords vibrating, and I immediately leap to, oh, that's Paul's voice, as if Paul would be able to find it. Yeah. Where did Paul put his voice? Oh, I forgot where the voice is. Yeah. The sense of ownership by the language is so crude, but it's seemingly successful. It just beats us into a submissive condition. Yeah, where this strange idea seems to make total sense. Yeah. So reason would tell you that the world you see through eyes that are not yours must make no sense to you. So in a way, I feel it's implying that you're not of the body. Yeah. You're not of the realm of things, and you're not of any appendage or facility of the body. Yeah. That's why all the body information being translated to the body makes actually no sense to us in a lot of ways. Yeah. We don't understand why Monday, or what's today, Wednesday, is dominated by next week. Where did that happen? You know? All right. So to whom would seeing such as this send back its messages? Exactly. To whom would seeing such as this? So this information, where's it going to? Is it going to you, or is it going to the head? Yeah. Let's call it the brain. Is it going to you? Is that the target? No, it isn't. To whom would seeing such as this send back its messages? Surely not you. I mean, it seems like it's obvious, yeah? Where we're completely perplexed and confused. We've been trying to get out of what we're in for 30 years, but he goes, surely not you, or it goes. It could have said just not you. It's not you, but he gives you a little, surely, come on now. I mean, seriously, are you going to keep this up? I mean, isn't it time to put the package down? Whatever. So surely not you, whose sight is wholly independent of the eyes that look upon the world. I would say the sight he's talking of is awareness, yeah? Yeah. If this is not your vision, what can it show to you? It's not your vision. That's my answer to that question. If it's not your vision, what can it show to you? A false world, yeah? A land of separation of time and space. But let's double it down. What can it show to you? It's a failed. Yeah. The brain cannot interpret what your vision sees. Well, there you go. So many questions that were asked, are going to be asked, and are being asked would be answered by that sentence if you could hear it. Right? The brain interprets what your vision sees. Yeah. This you would understand. The brain interprets to the body of which it is a part. Now, do you believe this message is being directed at the brain? This message we're reading now? Or is there an audience unsuspected that it's talking to? Yeah. Because it's basically describing what we think we are. Yeah. So it's not describing what it says we are to what we are, what we're not, is it? What's the point? Why would you waste time trying to talk to what you're not about what you're not? You can have the most incredible description of what you're not presented to what you're not. It will make it a part of what it is. Yeah. So no, it's talking to that unsuspecting vision or awareness or whatever, the audience. Yeah. The brain interprets to the body of which it is a part. Yeah. So why does it do it? Well, there you go. It interprets to the body of which it is a part. So any appendage of the system is there to support and reinforce the system. As Einstein said, that which is causing the problem cannot be where you seek for a solution. Yes? Yeah, yeah. So do you want to keep talking to the dreamt about dreaming? Or do you want to talk to the dreaming about the dreamt? I mean, seriously. But what it's, all right, the brain interprets to the body of which it is a part. But what it says you cannot understand, yet you have listened to it because it's presented as us, yeah? Would you listen to what's going on in your head if there was a disclaimer, this is all about Stanley and your name was Paul or Dave? Would you? You would lose interest in the story of Stanley if you're anyone other than Stanley. You wouldn't have to try to lose interest. It wouldn't be so freaking hard. You would just lose interest because it's not about you. Yeah. But what it says you cannot understand, yet you have listened to it. See, that's it. Why would we keep listening to something we can't understand? There always have to be some like honey melted on it or whatever, yeah? Something that attracts our attention and interest because we're not getting what we want anyway, in a lot of ways. And long and hard you try to understand its messages. You have not realized it is impossible to understand what fails entirely to reach you. I'm believing right now a lot of us are there. We have realized it's impossible to understand what fails entirely to reach you. Yes? You have received no messages at all you understand, for you have listened to what can never communicate at all. Think then what happens. I would just cut off the think and just then what happens. I mean, think then what happens is a pile on. That's just way overboard. Think then what happens. This is the point. This is the duality of the situation, caught in an incredible microcosm right where we're sitting. Denying what you are and firm in faith that you are something else. This something else that you have made to be yourself becomes your sight. Yeah. So we give up, in a sense. There's a forgotten surrendering, and we've taken this new sight, or this actually myopic, dualistic sight to be our own. And therefore, we're listening to what it's sending back to the brain and shit, and we're taking it to be information to us. Yes? And it's weird, because when you see a young kid and they're totally having a blast in this moment, and you're not because your head is up in next week, that little kid, if it saw you as an adult, it wouldn't understand why you're so unhappy. Yeah? It would just want you to come out and play. But no, you'd shush it off because you know you have a lot more important things to deal with. What? Denying what you are and firm in faith that you are something else. This something else that you have made to be yourself becomes your sight. Yet it must be this something else that sees. Yeah? So when there's the feeling of the seer, that's not you. Yeah? This something else implies that it's the seer of the seeing. It's the one who's seeing, is it? No. Is it the hearing? No. Is it the feeling? No. But there's a claiming of the feeling to move this act, this verbing, to use it to imply a noun, which it has nothing to do with. There's no need for a seer for seeing to continue. Yeah. It must be the something else that sees and as not you. Yeah. Explains its sight to you. I would add ad nauseum. Yeah. Your vision would, of course, render this quite unnecessary. This is the faith that we have in satsang. Yeah. The faith in satsang is resting in the vision. And here he says, after all these descriptions, your vision would, of course, render this quite unnecessary. Yes? But why is it so necessary? Because we're trying to use a sight that is not ours to look for ourselves. Yeah. When the whole point is to question that and find us. Yeah. Not by looking, but by realizing there's no need to look. I am. Yeah. It doesn't say, oh, the scripture got cut off and it was I am very far away. No, it doesn't say I am very, very far away. Yeah. I am hidden amongst thousands of haystacks like a needle. No, it's just I am that I am that I am. Yeah. Where do you come in? You're comprised of I was and I will be. There's no I am there whatsoever. It's basically to squash the I am that it's called Paul. And then Paul dwells in I was Paul, I will be Paul, therefore I'm Paul now. That's its logic. Yeah. So here, so he says, vision would of course render this quite unnecessary. Yet, if your eyes are closed and you have called upon this thing to lead you, asking it to explain to you the world it sees, you have no reason not to listen, nor to suspect that what it tells you is not true. Now you do. Yeah. Now you have a reason because you've heard satsang. You have a damn good reason not to suspect, not to rely on this thing, and to suspect it. Yes? What more do you want? Satsang doesn't take you anywhere. It brings you back always to be greeted by on having never left. That's it. That's what happens. Yeah. Now this little act can be reproduced. We can have satsangs and the space is really nice, even in Zoom. Yet the whole point of it is to bring you back from where you have never left. Yes. So that which believes it's left, you'll see is not you. Just like he says here, the first statement, we have heard a very similar description earlier, but it was not of you. Yeah. Because of you can't be described. Yeah. You cannot have a book describing what you are. It's impossible. You can't have a how-to book of how to understand what you are. It's impossible. It's unknowable, indescribable, incomprehensible. Why are we still trying to do that? Doesn't it make no sense to you when you finally hear satsang? It makes no sense, like it said here. You have when it's talking about this thing you've been listening to with great devotion, we haven't. There's been a listening to it. Yeah, the language always throws a noun in there. There's been a listening to it, but it never made any sense. You know what's really going to make sense? Satsang. Satsang's not returning your eyes to see them. It's telling you you've been using your eyes to look for your eyes. Yeah? You've been looking, you've been using awareness to look for awareness. To the point, a lot of people have a lot of respect and stuff, but it would be nice if they changed the name of mindfulness. How can mind be less mindful? Yeah, it's all mind, big M. It's weird that we move to a point where we try to act like we think the mind would act, stopping and taking everything in and not acknowledging it. Fuck it, the mind is doing exactly what it's doing right now, but it's not of that. Yeah. How can I tell someone's mindful? They have a certain look. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Vision would, of course, render this quite unnecessary. Yeah. You'd hear the message, supposedly like Nisargadatta, and he had faith from where it came from, his teacher. And that was that. He didn't even give up smoking. He didn't give up shit. Yeah. He didn't start practicing terribly. He just started whammo. The mind opened up. Shit got clear. And all he said is, basically, I listened to the teacher, I listened to the master, had faith in it, and that was that. Yeah. What was he relying on there? Not the teacher, but vision, awareness. The firm in faith, that faith that he wasn't directing, but the head was directing into the something else, was suddenly put into that. Yeah. That which is. And that faith, if it's put into that something else, produces anxiety out of what's not happening based on different days of the past and the future. That same faith put in now produces an ease and comfort in the conditions you find yourself in. Not saying the conditions are easy and comfortable, but there'll be somewhat of an ease and comfort that will allow a traveling lighter to whatever the conditions are. That's not produced by work. It's produced by seeing. It's produced by awareness. He doesn't say there, your practices would, of course, render this quite unnecessary. He says your vision would render this quite unnecessary. Yes? Yeah. So yeah, I think I love this thing. I don't even know where I ran into it. I know I ran into it in the course, but I don't know what brought me to this page. But I've been using it for years because it just seems like such a pure negation. That's how I see it. And a very clear description of what we're not. And it's not you firm in faith in this something else. I don't like the language used when it says denying what you are. He doesn't say you're denying what you are. There's a denying of what you are, yeah? Not you, not more spiritual guilt, but a denying of what you are. And firm in faith that you are something else. There's something else that you have made to be yourself becomes your sight. Now, I don't believe you make it to be yourself. I believe we take it to be ourselves, but the presentation is of the mental state. Selfing, yeah? So selfing has a whole worldview. It has its logic, and he just offers it to us, and it sweetens the pot. It's all going to be about you. Yeah? Not as everywhere and nothing, but a special someone that can be better than all the other special someones. Yeah. Let's go for it. Yeah. It's like that big camera, that incredible camera that just innocently looks through the brownie camera, and by looking through the brownie camera, it triggers a seeming forgetfulness of its own size, its own camera-ness. And now it takes itself to be the brownie. Yeah? And the only solutions, the only possibilities that huge camera can entertain are the ones that are framed by the brownie identification. Yes? And of course, as we used to tell the joke, that plastic lens isn't really producing any clear thing. You're not seeing shit, really. So basically, you're relying on that, which is talking to you about everything. Yeah, because you can't see clearly. Your vision is blocked by this something else. Yeah. So what happens is you try to get big Nikon lenses to correct the plastic lens, but they go on the plastic lens. So you keep seeing through these $5,000 lenses through the plastic lens first. You know what I mean? It doesn't improve the brownie whatsoever. Yeah. But now there's an investment in this story because you don't want to seem like a complete ass spending $5,000 on a Nikon thing and putting on a brownie. I'm seeing better. I'm thinking, I'm blah, blah, blah. But any little storm that comes, you're totally blown off your anchor. Yeah. What happens? Someone comes in, doesn't start talking to you about the big camera. It sees the situation. It talks to the big camera about the brownie. Yeah. So that the big camera finally hears it as the big camera. Then that which seemed impossible, separating from this brownie, escaping from this brownie camera, transcending the brownie, it just moves freely away. Yeah. And if it even goes back and looks through the brownie again, that little trick doesn't work. It retains the sense of being the big camera. Yeah? Yeah, that's satsang. That's association with truth. Yeah. So, anybody have anything to say?
Anybody want to raise their hand?
Well, that's great.
And I think James is asleep, the one that wants you to go past the hour.
Oh, you just woke him up. Jesus Christ. Let the sleeping dogs lie. You just woke it up. All right, James.
I was just resting my eyes. Well, we can't end before 8 because I look forward to this all day to see
Okay, keep it going.
Paul.
I'm relying on you to keep it going.
Okay, no problem. You can count on me, Paul. Let's see. Oh, I was going to ask you, is there any difference between like what you teach and neti? Was it pretty much the same thing?
No, because neti may be associated with someone thinking they're negating everything without ever negating the someone. Yes?
Right.
So I think there's a missing instruction in neti. After you say neti, there's one final neti that maybe you need to do.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So I think that's what we're emphasizing is that instead of going through the whole process of arriving there, let's just question there and see if we are there to begin with. Yeah.
Because when you negate yourself, okay, so you're doing neti, then you negate the person doing the neti, and you're just left with nothingness.
Well, that's you're not left with nothingness. It tells you that's all there is. It's nothingness. There's a lot of naming and forming and pointing and inferring and implying, but really the reality is emptiness, and everything comes from there. Just like they used to use the example of a photo, yeah? One negative, you can make thousands of copies, but the positive, that's the picture, yeah? So the negative is truly the world bringer. Everything comes out of nothing, yeah? So it's not the other way around. So that's the whole idea of Buddhism, Form is emptiness, emptiness is form. Yeah? So basically, there's a whole lot of nothing going on. Well, as Shakespeare called it, much ado about nothing. seems real. That's why it's how it's supposed to. The action figure. The action figure isn't gonna you know, when the one who's looking through the camera leaves, the camera may stay. Yeah, the camera doesn't leave with that which is looking through the camera.
Paul, I'm sitting here doing that, and it's like, it's a little bit like you're left with nothing. It's like the floor is pulled out from under you and you're just dropping.
Hallelujah. Jeez. You know how hard it is to believe you're on an imaginary floor all day? Hoping you'll never drop through. Oh. Yeah, it's like we used to have the old joke about you're falling, trying to grab onto anything, and then you're unsuccessful, thank God, and then suddenly what you called your hands are wings. Yes, they weren't bad. They weren't there to grasp. They were there to fly. Yeah, yeah. So I remember when stuff was starting to happen, and it felt like I'd be in a scene or a situation, and the whole thing would drop like 10 feet, and everything would be strange. Nothing. The water wouldn't spill off the table or anything, but it'd be like a cocoon. Yeah, and it was really trippy. And then I would have a few of those, and then I realized a couple months later or something, I was traveling a lot lighter than I used to. Yes. I couldn't put my finger on what was going on, and it wasn't necessary. But how I envisioned it was just everything is right here, and then some boom, just dropped. It kept dropping. Yeah. 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 The whole idea of holding on and letting go is of the same coin. Who is there to hold on and who's there to let go? Yeah. That's what really is seen through. This isn't a master class of letting go. It's a negation of who's holding on and who can let go, really. There'll be a lot of holding on and letting go. But you could see that as a sphincter muscle. Do you call that you? Sphincter muscles holding on, let's go, let's go. I mean, do you sit there saying, I'm letting go? No. You don't associate yourself with the sphincter. Yeah. But here you got this huge story. And everyone, I'm bringing all my friends over to watch me let go of my past, get closure. Shit keeps leaking, it keeps going. You know what I mean? we want things to be over, and they may not be over. Oh, it's over. We're calling it quits. And yet something keeps going. Yeah. We seem not to have much power in the whole situation. Yeah. I've watched anew over the months. I've watched a lot of people. Begrudgingly or not, they're traveling lighter. What more do you want from a simple sitting in a very comfortable, safe location, hopefully, just to listen to some character, let something come through. And that's basically all I do. I don't, yeah. But I'll tell you, to this moment in time and this date, this is the last answer in my sense. Yeah. It's taken away the need for any other answers concerning this topic, which is amazing. And it's been the reigning last answer for quite a while. It's been the champ for quite a while, to the point I've lost all interest if there could possibly be another answer. That's a damn good answer, yeah? So you can get on with living and feeling and, relating and stuff. Yeah. One thing I feel, if you come here and hear this, you'll never get gypped. You'll realize what you are is always here. It's not based on something else's conditions. It isn't. You're not the gatekeeper. This is the gateless gate. Yeah. You're not the gatekeeper. You're not the toll taker. Yeah. This is the open secret. There's no secret to it. It's readily available at all times, right where we are, with no requirement necessary to meet it. Because we're way past that point. We are it, yeah? Meaning it would be just an imagined formality. You are it, yeah? Now, the head has a lot of meanings around that, but the beautiful thing when you're not hearing it as the head, it's don't know, yeah? Just mystery. Let's call it grace. I don't know what the fuck's going on. And I don't really care. Yeah. I know something, I know there's going on, and that's enough for me. Yeah. Yeah. I had a very lovely day today. I didn't see it coming at all. I didn't think I needed a lovely day. I wasn't looking for a lovely day. And yet something developed that just had me in awe, AWE once again. Yeah, just And the joy is I'm here and I have the eyes to see it, yeah. That's really the joy of it. I can appreciate it as this little action figure, which to me is more, I like to look at it as an art project, really. So it tries to express the effects of the unexpressible, which is great. Yeah. It's always going to have a challenge. It's never going to know. It's never going to get it. It's never going to have it. Yet it seems so completely intimate. That's very strange. It must be us. So, yeah, anyone else?
Yeah, Gary.
Who?
Gary.
Thanks,
Oh, Gary.
Gary. Hey, Paul.
Gary. You look like you were like a priest from another denomination for a while. That mask, big collar. Yeah, they used to have a smaller one.
All right.
Scary. You're scaring me. This isn't. I hope this isn't a confessional box.
I scare myself sometimes, so
No,
no.
my son, shed all of your guilt.
I guess it is kind of a confessional, only I'm confessing here. So
All right.
as an objection that comes up, thank you, is, you know, like that character in the Matrix, the one who's the betrayer. He goes and you know, he goes back in, he says, yeah, put me back in the Matrix because I don't know, the steak tastes really good. But the objection that I hear, that is heard here, is, but nobody else, you know, everybody around me doesn't get it. What I'm hearing here, it seems like, you know, all the other lobsters in the pot are happy to sit there and boil. Nobody else is seeing it from another point of view. So in a way, my objection is I don't fit in anywhere because, you know.
Well, that's a lie, Gary. You fit in this Zoom, so you're not. That's not a truthful statement. You fit in here.
Thank you.
Just throw that in there as you go up on the train's building speed up.
Okay, but yeah, but the objection still is that, you know, no, I'm all alone here. There's nobody getting this, and you know, so why should I like live in isolation when I go to these meeting or this meeting or that meeting? And and it's like, you know, like spitting in the wind or something. I hear answers and stuff, but I wanted to just put this objection forward so you could speak to it. And yeah, as always, I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't think it's of you, bro. Anyway, it's of the head. Yes.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
So what? What? There's not much to do with it. So what? It
Yeah.
gets rebutted quite a lot. You don't have to go out on your way to rebut it. It will be rebutted. Yeah. Just like you were saying, you don't fit in anywhere, and here you are on a Zoom that you've been fitting in for 2 years. So yeah, that's the type of stuff the head says comes from. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a
Yeah.
perfect thing to use as seeing, hey, that's an echo of what I'm not, basically. Yeah. It has value for that. What does a failed system what can a failed system show you? It's failed. That's its value. Yeah. So the head keep yapping has a value because it keeps informing you that you're not that, which is great. Yeah. How can you forget when that thing's constantly going off? Yeah. Yeah, really. So this head has, let's say the head has a story. Yeah. I've seen so many, and that story has been protected and reinforced and gilded and everything. And I've watched it crumble before my eyes in like a second. Yeah.
Mm.
It has a very paper mache quality. Yeah. So, yes, you found a beautiful place to stay while you're feeling like a strange lobster. Yeah. Yeah, but at least you're not getting boiled, which is nice. Yeah.
There looks like there's a door that I see that nobody else is using. Maybe that's a
Well,
different turnaround.
So there won't be a line. That's great. Yeah. We had this cartoon we wanted to make, which was there's a pickup with a flatbed with slat wood, yeah? And there was a bunch of cows there. And on the door, there was Mike's meat packing plant sign. And there's all these cows, and there's one cow has its head sticking up with wide awake eyes, and I said, the awakened one.
Well, that's scary. We're all going to the same slaughterhouse, right?
But you're not a cow, bro.
Ah.
You're not a lobster. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you're not of this place. Like it or not, you're in it seemingly. Let's give it that. But you're not of it, as the great master Jesus supposedly said. Yeah, you're in this world, but you're not of this world. What does that mean? It means you're not of this world. You're in this world, but you're not of this world. Yeah. So this is such another beautiful negation because you can describe what it's like to be in a world, can't you?
Yeah.
And then you use the opposite. So this world is things, constantly conditions changing. There's an earth, there's a sky, there's time, there's separation, there's this, there's that, there's birth and death, ba, 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 ba. And then the negation comes and you're not of that. Hallelujah. Yeah. So what can be described is the in, and the beautiful news is you're not of. Yeah. So describe away. Yeah. The more the in is described, the more the ofness gets enveloped or emphasized. Not by you, it's just the way it goes. Yeah. And the best way to travel lighter in this world is to travel lighter from the of. Yeah. which we all are. But it's nice if you're sort of awake to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like we were saying here in this reading, he says a couple of things that I humbly feel that if you've been coming to satsang, have been corrected, which is your vision. So it says it must be the something else that sees, yeah, or actually it's the seer, and as not you explains its sight to you. Your vision would, of course, render this quite unnecessary, yeah? So because we seem to be blind, we rely on a false bit of evidence constantly. And we try to make sense out of something that has no sense in it, yeah? The vision, the answer, yes, this message is reliable. And then it says it now takes away that necessity to rely on this thing that's not you to tell you what's going on, because now you have the eyes to see. And when you have the eyes to see, you're informed you've always had the eyes to see. Yeah? So that's out. This other thing, when you're in this situation, like you're saying, all these other people and stuff, when your eyes are closed and you have called upon this thing to lead you, asking it to explain to you the world it sees, the world it sees is a pot and it's seeing from a lobster. Yeah? You're not of the pot and you're not of the lobster. Yeah? Yet if your eyes are closed and you have called upon this thing to lead you, asking it to explain to you the world it sees, you have no reason not to listen. Well, now you do. Yeah? You have a damn good reason. It's not you. That's probably the best reason of all. Yeah? Because now you see the emperor without any clothes. You see the failed system has failed. What's been crutching it up, what's been holding it up is our attention and interest. Now that's going to be withdrawn. And that seems so confusing will be easily noticed. You'll be able to recognize it from a mile away in your head. You'll see what you're not. You'll see the manufacturing of it. Never from what you're not, but you're not there anymore. You never were. You're seeing it from what you are. You're looking from the of and then seeing the falsity of the in. Yes? So therefore, that in doesn't demand or drive you to try to get out, which is just a bigger in. Yeah? You get the great wisdom of no escape. There's no need to escape from an imaginary place. Yes? So you have a lot of reason not to listen to this shit. You've seen what it's done to you and other people. How it occupies you completely, and you live in anxiety, constantly living under the threat of what's actually not happening. Yeah? There's tons of reasons not to listen to this shit. Why do we continue seemingly, it's no person, why is there a constant listening to it? It's because there's an identification as it. Yes? We're questioning that. I'll tell you, if I have an interest in someone in the other room and I'm keen to hear what they may think of me, yeah, I have seemingly like fucking Superman hearing. As soon as I hear the lady say, I really like this guy, Matt, and my name is Paul, I lose interest in that conversation in the other room. I don't have to send a Navy SEAL 16 to get it. I just lose interest in it. This is exactly what happens in your own head. When you see that which you have been listening to is not you, that and all that listening that reinforces it, there's a loss of interest in it, and that changes everything. It's not a gaining interest. That's the revelatory joy you're gonna have. It's a loss of interest in what you're not. Yes? By seeing exactly what it is, which is not you. You're not painting it differently. You're seeing it in a clear light. It's an activity, yes. It's going on, yes. But what it's implying, no. Yeah. What it's referring, no. What it's insinuating, no. Yeah. There's selfing, but there is no self that's doing it. There is selfing, but there is no self. There's the message. I don't think you need to add much to it. Yeah. If you keep putting it on a paper mache structure, the structure's going to collapse. Yeah. Because the weight of the truth is going to break through the fucking paper mache ceiling and the floor. Yeah. It can't hold it up. I have faith in satsang. I have faith the power of association with truth. I have a large faith in it. Yeah. I haven't done anything since this message hit. I didn't practice harder. I haven't done more. I take care of the body through breathing and shit like that. I have no interest, no plans, no subscriptions to any magazines, implying I can transcend or go somewhere much better and be much greater and it will stabilize and everything will be cool and everything will go well. I have no interest in any of that. Yeah. I have an interest seemingly to share this message because I feel it's quite powerful and it's going to affect you, knowing it or not. Yeah. It's truly like a spiritual subpoena being served. Yeah. You're going to court, like it or not. Yeah. So there. So, yes. I really don't want to win like, the high school graduation book of the insane asylum. I don't want to be seen as the one who's I'm not looking to be like the top.
Most popular.
Yeah. We're all fucking insane. Yeah. So. Yeah. So, yeah. I'm really happy that I've met you, Gary, and I've met you live also. And I hope our little connection has served both of us. I know you have served me well, and I hope I can do the same for you. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
There have been changes.
There are these muscles that you can't work out. Yeah. You can't lift scriptures and get in better shape. Yeah. It happens in a different way, a no way. You just recognize thing after thing, and they lose their meaning. And that meaning is actually a structure that you live in. You're defined by it. And therefore you get to be free from it when you lose interest in all those meanings. All of the shit that has been said, it's been assayed, it's been given a name, it's been seen as a form. Yeah. Yeah. Remember when Hinduism, very clearly, what happens? There's consciousness, and then the head starts giving name to form. And then it's off and running. Yeah, the no thing gets underemphasized, and now the no thing is used to emphasize the things. Yeah, and we get seemingly lost. And it goes around, and that which is a name and a form can't give up name and form. To it would be like suicide. It ain't gonna do it. And it can't do it. Yeah, it's of name and form, and it sees everything with name and form. Yeah, that's not going to lead you to the Holy Land. Yeah, it's blind. You don't understand the fucking thing it says, really. Yeah. Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, Gary, it's great to see you.
Thanks, Gary. And I can share along those lines too. Like, there's been some literal traveling lighter with, in relation to the move that, it's plenty hard, but the appreciation of, the only way I can language it is you could story how things used to happen, or how you could imagine things happening, and how I don't have to go there, and so it's like, the rubber band comes back a lot quicker or whatever. And so now things are quieting down. I'm taking my walks and I'm getting to walk along the Hudson River. And so, Gary mentioned that, the concern about other people, not enough other people around, to support this. And in this particular case, the so what reaction of the action figure, like, the move's gone good. I love New England and stuff like that. But, it's just walking. It's just a river with water. And so to be okay with so what, like that's, it's just that there's not the great failure of like not reaching the, what the Course describes about how the trees will bow down to you and the leaves will make a carpet on your feet, stuff like that. I'm really happy to be around a community that that I get to support about the so what reaction
Yeah.
to me, right? And then I can go back to looking at all the little streams and waterfalls and kind of have a laugh at the fact that while I started to go into the so what, I missed the last little stream, right? But I don't have to get down on myself. I can appreciate that I'm right now looking at this stream, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
Travel lighter is a many splendid thing.
yeah.
And it's like an intimate photo album. Because of this dreaming event, there's intimacy. Yeah. There is a sense of aloneness. And therefore, and a lot of them are like paintings you're never going to show to anyone. Yes. You're in an anonymous gallery. Yeah. Yeah. And it's more than enough, really. I mean, to me, just sharing the message is more than enough. I don't care if people get it or not or whatever. I don't have any dog in the hunt, really. Yeah. I just feel like as an action figure, I've succeeded already. I mean, if I could, I could deliver milk, that would be cool, but I'm delivering this. So, yeah, I feel like, yeah. The action figure has a sense of purpose with it. Yeah. It's pretty nice. I would miss probably the Zooms. I don't know if I'd miss everyone on the Zoom, but I would know. I would miss the Zooms. Probably. I don't know. So I'm happy that we get to participate because it is an association with truth. Yes. Hopefully. Yeah. So hopefully, believing it or not, what's offered in non-duality is this idea that being ourselves reality, or that the seeker is the sought, that what's looking is what you're looking for, that the descriptions we're going to be here are not of you. You're not something that can be described. Yeah. So obviously, how are you going to know you that is unknowable? Yeah. So let's turn that desire to know shit to what can be known, which is what you're not. You can see how you are a product, the feeling of being Paul and the sense of being an individual and the sense of having free will and the sense of being the doer and all this is manufactured. Yeah. The blueprints are at every building. Yeah. Every one of us has the blueprints. You can see it. And what happens, like someone said, the floor keeps getting pulled out from you. Yeah, that's an apt description of hearing it. The floor keeps getting pulled out, and then something happens, yeah, where you don't see the floor anymore. Even though there's an appearance of a floor, you don't see a floor. Yeah, FLOOR. Yeah, this isn't stagnant. It isn't. Not in this event of time. Yeah. There's not more seeing, but they'll be seeing more. Yeah. Yeah. So, anyone else, Mike? And Mike, it's very nice to have Mike back. Yes, he's Yes.
Thanks for being here for me to
Prodigal
come
son
back
has
to.
a thing. Yeah.
John R had his hand up, but now it's down. So, oh wait, is it up?
Yeah, hi, Paul.
Hey.
Do you know what's coming up for me is, as you know, there's been some interesting weather patterns here, and it's raining and all that shit. But what came out of all of that was there would be people who have done stuff here that, you know, basically I wouldn't have trusted them with my car keys on the bar sort of thing. And they're out there saving people's lives and risking their own. And the community that has sprung from that, like they maybe don't got any message, but they're acting in a way that is, I don't know, different to how they would ordinarily appear.
Yeah.
And you know, I can't comprehend that. So that comes to mind, you know.
Well, a lot of
Well,
humans, the best of humans come out from calamities for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, you know,
It's sort of like
there's been.
we have too much time to fuck ourselves over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
Isn't
know.
that true? When something happens and the people, you know, gather together and help each other.
Yeah,
Yeah. If nothing had happened, they'd still be their enemies. Yeah. But now
yeah,
something has occurred that all that shit gets dropped and then they're responding to the situation.
yeah. Without personal thought process, it's just a happening. Yeah,
So if that can happen, and then it's possible that that could happen more. Yes.
yeah. Does it mean, you know, like a rock bottom needs to be established or hit before the true self, as it were, is shown, or you know, I don't know.
No, it doesn't. But it is a way, sort of like in recovery, people usually have an experience or an event called a bottom, where that's when they finally moved up from the bottom. Yeah, and something lifted them, and there they go. Now they live a sober life, maybe. Yeah. So a lot of stuff. It's a part of duality. Yeah, it's when a lot of people have a lot of leisure time and shit, they can really mind fuck a lot. I mean, really, when the shit hits the fan, and it probably didn't take them long to drop it. They just got on their boat and helped people who had to get out of houses. Yeah, with the floods. Yeah, and it's in a way it looks like it's impossible, but it ain't. Shit that seems to be so heavy and so solid can drop like that. You know that, yeah? Because this isn't a real place. It's a dreaming. Yeah. Like, what did they say? The whole stock market is faith. Yeah. People just believe it. Yeah. If the people, if enough people stop believing it, the shit would collapse like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yet we think this whole place is so solid, but it's nothing really. Yeah. Mind is like the architect, big mind, and then yeah. So
there's a saying Godard has something. What is it? The realization we are everything and also nothing, and in between, that's where we reside, or something like it. That was a very big ad lib, but yeah.
yeah, that was but I got it. Someone has said that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I know what yeah, it's beautiful really. Yeah. Well, I'm hoping you're all right, John, over there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Thanks.
Very good. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you, Paul. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, John. Anybody else want to raise their hand?
Well, we can end, bro. Is it 8 o'clock?
Oh, it's 11 after the hour.
Oh, there you go. Well, James should be happy. We made it. Well, let's say goodbye, and hopefully I'll be seeing a lot of us soon anyway. So, Mike, nice to see you again. Thank you for everything. Bill, Delaware, pleasure. David, thank you for your service and helping send Bitch Slap. Thank you. Anu, as always, fantastic to see you. Robert French, my main man in Kiwi land. Yes.
Thanks, Paul.
You're not getting so much bad weather there, are you?
No, it's beautiful weather.
Yeah. There you go. There's duality for you.
Yeah.
It rains and it shines. Angie, nice to see you, honey. All's well there? Yeah?
Yes, thank you. I
You're
was going to share something related to this dreaming, that the reality is getting a little bit more less dense. And I had a dream, and within the dream, I realized that it was a dream just like this dream, just like what it's
Yeah.
reality. And then also while driving on a busy highway, I all of a sudden realized this is a dream and I'm just in a driver's role, and I kept driving, but with that feeling that it is a dream. So it was interesting because it was both ways, like within the dream I had that realization, but also as a reality. I mean, where we are now, I thought this is like a dream, it was just like a movie screen, and the cars were moving fast ahead of me, and I was making turns, and I was just there in the driver's role, and it didn't freak me out at all. I was just there.
Well,
So
I'm
that's
happy the other drivers didn't know this situation you're in.
yeah.
Better than better with ignorance. Yeah. Yeah, this is all the flavor. You just get the big M mind gets a couple of free samples and it can picture the whole pie. Yeah, it's not a stretch or a leap for it. Yeah.
But the funny thing is, it helped me within the dream as well, because I didn't freak out during the dream either. I was supposed to find some place that it was difficult to find, and it didn't freak me out because I realized, hey, this is just a dream, just like the other one.
Yeah.
That I mean. Mhm.
Well, there's an example of traveling lighter, honey. Yeah.
Mm.
Honor them, honor those, and then yeah. I feel honoring is a real good reaction to stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you get a little glimpse of something, honor it. Build a little temporary temple there just to honor it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
and
the
just
head obviously will forget a miracle in a half an hour, but will feel like it's going into a lifelong depression by a little uncomfortable feeling occurring. Yeah. So uh, that bias of the programming can be affected by just honoring, and gratitude.
gratitude, yes.
Yeah.
That's what
So
I
when
felt. Gratitude.
traveling lighter, I feel is noticeable, and it's nice to honor it. Yeah, because I feel it's been brought about not by me but through me. Yeah, something has done it, and so yeah, that works for me. So thanks, son.
Thank you.
Gary C. Yes, there's no lobsters in the corner where you come from, Gary. Yeah,
Lobster free zone.
yeah, it's lobster free zone. Yeah. We got Mary G. There she is. Mary
I
G.
thought.
She's been with us on this ride for a while.
I haven't been here for a while. I just love being here. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, there's James. I've fulfilled James' wishes once again. 8/12, maybe even later now. John R. from the lovely Oz. I'm happy all's well. See you, John R. Hopefully I'll run into you live one day. We're hoping to go there next year, like February.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Or this year coming up, whatever.
Hey, I have a question, a quick one. One of your, I don't know what to call him, Rupert Spearer. Anyway, he says, if you've been hit with that A message, it is your sacred duty to carry that message forward. You got anything to say about that?
Sounds a little heavy to me. Once I hear the word sacred, I get worried.
Okay. Does it mean you pay more for sacred, yeah?
What?
You pay more for
Yeah,
sacred.
sacred. Something, yeah. But no, I don't feel, yeah. That thing can compel you to do something or not. It doesn't matter, but yeah. But it's a nice way of saying it. I would, yeah. But I don't like duty either, a sacred duty. I'd call it a seat assignment, really. Sounds better. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sacred duty seems to carry a lot of meaning. Seat assignment is sort of like, and if you've been on a lot of planes in the economy, it's not a big deal. The seat assignment, you're usually somewhat bummed out.
and it falls in that weird.
Right?
It falls in that weird spot where it's descriptive of what just happened. So like, wouldn't you want to water a plant that you like? So you do, and maybe somebody can suggest that because you didn't know that would help the plant a little bit, but it's not really.
Yeah.
The difference between honoring and watering versus sacred duty.
Yeah, well, because the head that I had, for some reason, it really poured a lot of meaning into spirituality. Yeah. I met a spiritual teacher, a guru, and actually I met his vanguard. He was still in India, but these people came and they gave like talks, and then they'd say, if you're interested, we're going to have an initiation into the knowledge. Let's say the one I went to was at the Electric Circus in New York City. Yeah, and so that you got introduced to this process. Yeah, I don't know. I've just lost where I was going with that.
Electric Circus.
Oh no, it was somewhere else. Oh yeah, and so I get introduced to this thing, the spiritual path, and I had tons of ideas about it. I had tons of ideas about how I should be, how the teachers should be, how they should be, everyone. I where did they come from? I never met a spiritual paths, in the life I had been in. So basically, something on the keyboard was spirituality. Bing! Tons of fucking ideas came in. And to the point where the path itself was the heaviest weight, yeah? Because I was caught in it when I finally met the guru. He was presented as the Lord of the Universe, and I was not liking the Lord of the Universe, and my head had a field day with me with that, like with a sacred duty beating the shit out of me. Because I don't want to fulfill the sacred duty, or I didn't do the sacred duty well enough. It's this shit. It was unbelievable, and I was stuck in the old Clash song, "Should I Stay or Should I Go?" I wanted to leave, but I said, "Who leaves the Lord of the Universe? That would be insane." As a strategic move on the game board of life, I don't see that as a good move. Yeah, so the only way I could give myself permission to leave was to get loaded again. That was my only way. That was my exit. Yeah. So, some people, they know what, some, maybe it may be money or it may be relationship, but there are certain topics in their lives, there's a whole lot of meaning in there. Yeah. A whole lot of meaning. So when you're in spirituality with that lot of meaning, sacred duty is like triggering a fucking landslide of guilt and shame about not fulfilling your sacred duty. Yes. So by having it more like on a dog shit awareness thing, like seed assignment, it just makes it easier, I feel. Yeah. Yeah. That's the whole strategy from it. I could not believe how much suffering came out of a path that was meant to bring a cessation of suffering. The spiritual path was used to produce so much guilt and shame. It was unbelievable, really. Yeah. I had to get away from it. That's why with the talks, when I'm open up for something coming through, it tells me just read Yankee blogs, go to thrift stores, be concerned about coffee, don't put your attention on big, important things. Yeah. It seems to have worked. So, so sacred duty was a sort of woo. Wow. I know I'm going to fuck that up completely. So let's go with seed assignment. I would love to go on the plane and the person to say, Mr. Hedderman, your sacred duty is to sit in 76, right next to the bathroom. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Hey, and coincidentally, that's what John was talking about before we started recording. He brought up lesson 76 of A Course in Miracles.
Oh, lesson 76.
Yeah.
So there
Yeah,
you
I'm
go.
under no laws but God's laws.
Oh, there you go. So, yeah. And then the beautiful thing is, you start seeing everything as sacred, in a lot of ways, but not in a way of bringing a pressure and a form of responsibility on you. But it's just, I think if you stop for things, that's a certain sacred moment. Yeah. So when I hear this mockingbird, I stop in the yard, or I see the hummingbird, I stop, or when the cat looks at me, I stop because I know it wants me to open the door. Yeah. That ability to stop is pretty cool. Yeah. So, all right, I'm going to finish again. Where was I? I was saying goodbye to Angie, and then we got into the dreaming there. All right. Gary, he's in the corner without a lobster. Jack G, I don't know where Jack G is, but he's somewhere. Yeah. We got Miss Amelia. Oh, there she is. Yeah. John R. Jacob in Seattle.
Hey,
Everyone's wishes for the best go towards Jacob in Seattle and everyone else in the Zoom. Yeah.
Hey, thanks, Paul. Something really landed tonight, and yeah, I just wanted to thank you. I'll report back on what it was, but yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
One of them was a cartoon as well. It's like, I am that I am, I am that I am that I am, I am that I am that I am that I am, and it has another blurb that says, "Not you."
That's right. I'm not talking to you.
Yeah.
But I'd like to do the one with the truck with the cows, with the awakened. I've always wanted to do that one. Put that on a shirt. That would be nice. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, cool. All right, nice. PK, always a pleasure. I think PK's passed out. I don't know what that is I'm looking at. I hope it's fingers. Yeah, all right. Oh, Linda. Linda, one of our favorite people. Oh, Sanda's here too, from India. She's we're bailing. She's our umbilical cord to the motherland. Yes. Nice to see you, Sandra. Oh, there he is, Kerry. Kerry with a dog and a chicken. Yeah.
Hey,
The dog just got picked up. The dog Lola, of all names. Go figure.
Yeah, well, good to see you, Carrie. Say hello to Judith for me. She sent me a lovely text. So, Tommy from Ireland, I know you're in there somewhere. Nice to see you, not see you. We got Stefan on Having Never Left. We have David from Oz. Nice to see you, Dave, in the Melbourne area. We got Alan O. Always a pleasure. Nice to see you, Alan. We got Chris. He's in front of the door. Yes. Susanna W. Wow, fantastic. Yeah, nice to see you, honey. All's well? Yeah, good. We got Alex. There she is. Yeah. Nice to see you, Alex. I guess I'll see you from Seattle soon. Yeah. I can't hear you, but I got what you said.
I said maybe, yeah.
Right. We got Clifford. There he is. Thank you, Clifford, for last week. Thank you. Yes. We got Kenneth from Vancouver. Always a pleasure to see Kenneth there. We got Susan K, the latte lady. We got Hari I don't know. Is that Hari from Portland?
Yeah, hey, Paul. I'm not ready for prime time, so I'm keeping my video down.
All right, honey. It's okay. Well, more will be revealed.
Yes.
All right, Hari. Nice to see you.
Thank you, Paul. Great to see you.
Or not see you. Yeah. All right. Well, that's great to end on. Oh, no, there's some more here. JP from Vietnam. Great. Let's see. Who else is here? Well, thanks for everyone coming tonight. And I want to remind people that there's that retreat in Italy we're going to be doing. Hopefully, we need to get, I think, 4 more people before the end of March, putting down the cash. And if we get those 4 people or more, then we're gonna complete the mission. So think hard about it, and if you're interested, let us know. Let Amelia know, and so we could. Once that's done, then it'll be on for September. All right, thank you. And then I'm going to be doing another thing in April for this. There's another conference called the Know Thyself Conference. I'm going to speak there on a Friday, and we'll put that up on the website. And it's a free conference, I think. You can go, and there's tons of people speaking. I don't want to name any people, but you would know most of them. So, and that's it, I think. Yep. We'll see you tomorrow for recovery, and Saturday live 1 o'clock and Zoom. Okay, see you. And remember, we've gone into daylight saving time, so we may be different in other countries.
Yeah, David was an hour later today.
Yeah. Oh, David, sorry, bro. Yeah. So, but now you know. Yeah, you didn't miss anything anyway, so don't worry.
I caught the most important bits of nothing, mate. Right.
All right. Good. All right. Well, listen, I'll see everyone. Have a good night. Take care.
Night. Thank you.
Hey, good night, Paul.
Yep.
Hey, Linda.
Hey, Carrie, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm glad to see you. How's that?
I know
Everything's
I've
good?
been missing a few of these Wednesday nights, so it's always good to come back.
Oh, yeah.
I love everybody on the Zoom. It's, as Mary said, it's like coming home.
Yeah. So
And-
are you, yeah, you're in Minneapolis or Roseville? Where is that? Or is
Yeah.
that New Brighton?
I'm technically in Roseville, but it's a Minneapolis address.
Right.
So it's your old stomping grounds.
Oh, yeah, I've been there. I've been to
And
that place.
Mike says hi.
Good. Yeah, I tell him I haven't talked to him for a little while. Say hi to him for me.
Okay, well, we need to talk to you.
Yeah,
So
we'll call. Yeah. All right.
thank you, Carrie. Love to
Thanks,
Judith.
Oh, yeah.
And Mike, you've moved?
Yeah, I'm in New York now.
Boy,
How do you
I'm
like it?
really out of the loop.
Oh yeah, it's been coming for. We decided in the summer, and then knew for sure by the fall, and we knew we were going to sell the house, and then it listed before. I mean, it sold before we listed it in December. So
Oh, congratulations. Wow. Where in New York are you?
the town is Coxsackie, which is right across from Hudson, a couple of hours upstate.
Okay.
Yeah, right on the river.
How you like it so far?
How do I like it? It's really great. It's a nice,
Good.
quiet town, and it's cool to be next to a big river, and people are nice. So
Yeah,
Great-
it's a lot
great
of
house.
history in that part of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. I'm glad you're liking it. Yeah.
And how did the cat survive?
She pretty well over after all, because she really didn't like being in the carrier. She just meowed a lot, and I would try to hide her in my lap and stuff. And for a couple of days, she was hiding under a bed here, but she's out and about now.
Oh, good. Good. I'm glad she adjusted.
Yeah, me too. And it wasn't worse than, she wasn't totally freaked out.
Good night, you guys.
Nice,
night.
Susanna. Good to see
Good
you.
day,
Bye.
whatever it is. Bye.
Oh, man. They came and got the dog.
Good.
Yeah.
Did the chicken survive?
Yeah, the chickens survived. They were just like, when I was during the meeting, all these little chickens were all around me. I wanted to flick the camera down there, but it'd be kind of rude. But no, it's yeah, the dog got picked up. My roommate just got in his car and left, so I don't know. Oh, here, hold on one second. I'm gonna show you something here. Look at this. See if you can see these little things.
Oh, yeah.
Chicken?
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at them all.
Those are the wild
Little,
ones,
right? Those are like silkies.
Oh, okay, they're silky. Okay.
But
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
wild, right?
No, these ones are wild, but wild ones have joined the group. There's wild ones around here too. These aren't really wild.
They come to hang out.
Yeah, they just kind of like come for the free food, and they just kind of joined us. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. So anyways, no, we'll see some of you guys tomorrow. David, who goes to recovery? Anyone here?
I do sometimes, but I won't be tomorrow, I don't think. In the schedule. I might be. We'll see.
I'm working Saturday, so Mike, it's really good to see you again. We'll have to chat, and
Good to see you.
aloha, everyone. All right.
Aloha.
Bye.
I'll
Take care.
say good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Night. So do you have flooding where you are, John? Is that what I haven't heard the news for a while. Oh, you're muted.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're muted, John.
I was cool, but everywhere around me went down. So it's been pretty chaotic.
From rain?
And
From a lot of rain?
yeah, big rain depression. There was kind of like a low pressure hit a high pressure. And so the rain stayed, and it just smashed it for about 24 hours. I think there was like 0.5 meter in 24 hours came down. Nowhere can cope with that. Hey? Just insane. But yeah, it's gone now. You wouldn't believe it. I can see it. My creek, my Crystal Creek, which was maybe 4 meters deep, 5 meters, and now it's just a little babbling brook again. It's amazing. Beautiful. Yeah. So it's drying out. Nice.
So you're around tomorrow, David?
I may be. I'm really. I'm not sure. I have to consult my better half for our
Oh, not
schedule.
work?
No, I don't have work tomorrow. No, I got a couple medical appointments in the middle of the day. I'll be around, but I thought my day was wide open, and then I kept remembering little things and getting calls, so the wide open is shrunk to a few hours. But what time is the recovery meeting on Thursday? I can't remember.
10:30 Pacific time.
Okay, so like 1:30. No, I won't be around then for that, unfortunately. Yeah.
So yeah, so if we don't talk tomorrow, send me a cat video.
Yeah, for sure. I'll shoot you a cat video, and if if you want to chat about some of that other stuff, we can pop on a Zoom randomly, like anytime. Just throw a personal link or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll have good appointments and a good day.
Yeah, thank you. You're on the, now you're on the Eastern Standard Time, so you'll feel my pain on the late nights. Although I know some people come in at like 3 and 4 a.m. on the other side of the world, so I can't complain too much. Yeah, yeah. I'm glad you're settling in there.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Good night, guys.
Cool. Good night. Have a good night. Take care.
See you soon.
Bye.